At any rate, tell you what, why don't we bring in our first guest, David Horowitz, a real pal for both Steve and me. David's Skyping in tonight from Los Angeles. David, of course, the founder of the David Horowitz Freedom Center, also the editor of FrontPage Magazine, and the author of the new book, Progressive Racism. As always, David, it's so good to have you this time on the Malzberg Show with me tag teaming. You know, Trump is getting pushback from the media over the Kahn situation I just detailed as we take a closer look, and again, putting his son out of the equation, an American hero. But Mr. Kahn has a rather curious past in terms of ties to a prominent DNC law firm and going in to get immigration papers or visas for the Saudis. What should be the approach to the Kahn family, in your opinion, David?
Well, he also has something in common with Obama in that they're both brazen liars. Obviously, Islam is not so simply a religion of peace. Obviously, Kahn is not for restricting immigration, since he's for circumventing our immigration rules. And Obama, this unfit, it's what you're absolutely right, JD. It's what the Democrats do every election. They attack any Republican who's running as a racist and incompetent, unfit, generally. And they pretend to be Reaganites, as both Obama and Hillary in their speeches made a ludicrous attempt at. The problem is that you have a media that supports their lies and that spins for them and that finds faults where they don't really exist on the Republican side. And then you have these renegade Republicans. If Paul Ryan is embarrassed about Donald Trump, he should quit the Republican Party, because the Republican electorate has anointed him. I'm sorry for my dog.
Your dog is obviously upset too,
right.
David. It's okay.
I have one at home also, David. David, I want to give the crew down in Florida a heads up. I want to play that soundbite that we didn't play, number 30. I want you to listen. You talk about the media. Listen to Fareed Zakaria on CNN actually called Donald Trump this name, and we had to bleep out the second part of what he called him. Listen and watch.
It's sort of amusing to watch how is he going to pull it off this time. What is he going to argue? Usually he adds that the press hates him, but there's a term for this kind of thing. This is the mode of a bullshit artist, and it's sometimes amusing, it's entertaining.
I mean, how could they let him get away with that?
Well, how could they not? They're all doing it, every last one of them. The spectacle of this campaign, I've never seen anything like it, although it's only the previous campaigns jacked up, to where now they're using vulgar language and so forth. Why does Fareed Zakaria have any credibility? Why do any of these people have credibility? Look, Hillary Clinton, the WikiLeaks has just released another batch of documents that shows that Hillary Clinton was running a gun running operation to Al-Qaeda in Syria and that's why the Benghazi compound and annex were set up. That's what Ambassador Stevens was doing.
And David, under oath, she told the Congress that she was not, that she knew nothing about it, if I recall correctly.
Look, she's as big a liar as Obama. Obama has a whole book. Jack Castle wrote a whole book about Obama's lies. Every time he opens his mouth, he lies, and so does she. And they get away with it because there's no, the mainstream media doesn't hold them to account. And then Republicans they're all running for the tall grass and giving credibility to these Democratic lies.
Your little pet is reminding us, David, that we better talk with you about progressive racism. We've got about a minute to discuss it. You have some ideas about the social contract in the book. Aren't they especially pertinent to this election?
This is the biggest lie of the Democratic Party. They are the oppressors. They're the racists. They're the ones who've introduced racial categories into every aspect of our lives. They're the ones who support the racist organization Black Lives Matter. The Democratic Party controls every major inner city, every killing zone in America, where Chicago, Detroit, Philadelphia, St. Louis, Washington, D.C., 100% controlled by the Democratic Party and have been for 50 to 100 years. Everything that's wrong in the inner cities that policy can affect, Democrats are responsible for. They're destroying the lives. Look, I can stop here and just say, why aren't Republicans putting this front and center?
And that's why everybody needs to go get a copy of Progressive Racism, and my old Republican pals need to get a clue. David Horowitz, thanks so much. Hey, before we head to break,
David.
Before we head to break, Steve, I want to take a minute, welcome our viewers watching us tonight on JLTV, Jewish Life TV. We're so happy to have you with us, and we hope you like this kind of tag team edition of the Steve Malzberg Show, and you'll stay here with us each weeknight at 7 o'clock Eastern. There's more ahead right after this.